So, Namaskaram. Welcome to all the August participants to our group sessions on ancient wisdom and the learnings from thereof for not only for us but also for the youth of the nation here. So this group is becoming very dynamic slowly day by day, and a lot of enthusiasm and participation is happening in this ancient wisdom group. Today is our 21st session, and in the series of the Ramayana, this will be the fifth series which we will be listening from Shri R.G. Dwivedi ji, who will be discussing on the management learnings on Ramcharitmanas. So let me share a brief profile of Shri Dwivedi ji for our ready reference. Shri Ram Girish Dwivedi ji is very fondly called as Shri R.G. Dwivedi ji. He is currently the co-chairman of Bhopal Management Association and affiliate of AIMA. He's an executive member of Tulsi Manas Pratishthan Bhopal, and he's also an independent director in 5 companies. So, Shri Dwivedi ji has been in the last designation as the Regional Director, PhD, Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Head of MP and Chhattisgarh State. He's got a vast experience as a General Manager in MP State Financial Corporation, MPFC, Regional Director, PhD, Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and he's got a so many degrees with him, more than I think over 7 degrees, which starts from MCom, MBA Finance. He's been into social work, MSW, then bachelor in journalism and mass communication, diploma in dairy technology, and diploma in NGO management as well. He's a resident of Bhopal, and he's a very friendly and nice person what I have seen interacting with Sri Dwivedi ji. So over to you, Shri Dwivedi ji, for sharing your valuable comments and inputs on the management learnings from Ramcharitra Manas. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Rao. अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं धनुजकृशानं ज्ञानिनामकृगणीयं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतपरिभक्तं वातजातं नमामि नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीताशमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. Thank you very much, Mr. Rao and Dr. Venkat, for giving me an opportunity to discuss before you. This is Ram Kripa. Without Ram Kripa, without blessing of Ram, it is not possible to discuss about him. And before that is why I have recited to Hanumanji first, because wherever you talk to Ram Katha, wherever you discuss about the Ram, Hanumanji used to come. So first one should go to Hanumanji, then he should proceed further. So, doing pranam again to Hanumanji, this is my proud privilege to speak before you people and about the Ramcharitmanas. Any Ramayana has been written, but then it is said why it is called Ramcharitmanas. Why Goswami Tulsidas ji wrote it in Hindi, that in Abdi language, and he put the name Ramcharitmanas. He should have written Ram Katha, Ram Charitram, anything else, but he put Ramcharit and then Manas. So why it is called Ramcharitmanas?
Video stopped.
Am I able to? I am audible.
Video क्यों हो रहा है? Stop.
You're audible. You're audible, sir. I'm muting everybody, all rest of the other people. So just. So please do let me know, Dwivedi sir, whenever you want me to start sharing the presentation, your presentation.
Why it is called Ramcharitmanas? You can start this.
Your presentation is okay. Just give me a second.
So Goswami Tulsidas ji says, he put the name Ramcharitmanas because you see in the Ramayana, when you go to Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, then you find that there are 4 speakers and 4 listeners. They are Shivji and Parvati, then Kagbhushan and Garud, then Yagyavalak and Bharadwaj ji, and Tulsidas ji wrote, and we are listeners. So now there are 4 Bhakta and 4 Srota. So, but nobody says ki I am the first one. But it is said, Rachi Mahesh Nij Manas Rakha. शिव जी ने इसको लिखा और अपने मानस में रखा.
Bishan, may I please request you to switch off your microphone, please. Please mute yourself. Bishan Chandji. Yes, sir. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, Shiv ji wrote the Ramcharitmanas and kept Rachi Mahesh Nij Manas Rakha. शिव जी ने उसको लिखा और उसको मानस में रखा और कहते हैं कि पाई सुसमय शिवासन वाका. When he got good time, then spoke before the Parvati ji. Now what is the good time? I will not go in detail, but once Shivji was going to this to listen the Ram Katha, and somebody is disturbing. So many times it happens when you start Ram Katha, then many बहुत सारी विघ्न बाधाएं आती है, तो this is one of them. So उन्हें ये कहा कि when he got the suitable time, favorable time, then he started saying to Parvati. And what is that suitable time? Once Shivji was traveling after listening the Ram Katha, and that time Sati was with him, or when he was going, then Shivji को एकदम से ध्यान आया कि now it is Treta Yug, Ram का incarnation हुआ होगा, and Ram is let me see where he is. Then Shivji saw to the Ram, and by that time Sita ji का हरण हो चुका था. तो Ram was searching to the Sita and asking to the plant, to the animals, to the everybody, कि have you seen Sita ji? Have you seen the Sita ji? शिव जी ऊपर से ही उनको प्रणाम करते हैं और उसमें इट्स कम्स इट मैनेजरियल ट्विस्ट आल्सो. इट इज रिटन कि उनका खराब समय जान करके ऊपर से ही उन्हें प्रणाम किया. जब किसी का समय अच्छा नहीं चलता हो, जब खराब समय चल रहा हो, तो सामने जाके एकदम से चिढ़ा के नहीं बोलना चाहिए, इसलिए दूर से ही उन्हें प्रणाम किया. एंड देन पार्वती जी आस्क्ड कि टू whom you are doing this pranam? He said he is Sat Chitanand. Parvati ji saw that how he can be Sat Chitanand. He is searching Sita, he is asking to the animals, he is asking to the plants and all that. How he can be Sat Chitanand? She had a doubt. Then I will not go in detail touching this. Then Shivji told that he is doing Leela and all that. But Parvati said, no, I don't believe. Shivji said, okay, you go and take the test. When Parvati ji went there, then she went with the वो सीता जी का रूप बना के वहां पे जाती है. तो वो श्री राम लक्ष्मण बहुत सा उनको प्रणाम किया. वो यद्यपि सीता जी के रूप में थी, लेकिन उनको प्रणाम किया और उन्हें पूछा कि आप अकेली यहाँ कहाँ जंगल में घूम रही हैं, शिव जी कहाँ हैं? She was very much astonished, and then she came back, and Shivji asked, have you met them? आपने परीक्षा लिया? तो she said कि no, कीन प्रणाम तुम्हारी नाई, जैसा आपने प्रणाम किया था मैं भी उसे करके चली आई. फिर उसमें स्टोरी होती है, फिर वो अपने फादर के जाती है, उसमें शिव जी बोलते हैं शिव संकल्प कीन मन माही यह तर सती भेंट नहीं. बोले हमने पढ़ा, तुमने वो अब इस लाइफ में हमारी तुम्हारी मुलाकात नहीं होगी. फिर शिव जी का पार्वती जी वहां यज्ञ विध्वंस करती है सती जी, एंड फिर उनका फिर से जन्म होता है. पार्वती फिर बहुत तपस्या करती है, और तपस्या करने के बाद then she said to Shivji that please tell me that Ram Katha, please tell me that Ram, he is the same Ram, he is a Sagun Roop, Nirgun Roop, or he is the same Ram who took the birth at Dasarath as a son, then that is the जिज्ञासा. तो पाई सुसमय, वही समय अच्छा आया तब उनने जो मानस रामचरित उन्हें लिख के रखा था शिव जी ने, उसको उन्हें कहा सुन शुभ कथा भवानी रामचरित मानस विमल. विमल मीन्स निर्मल. ये निर्मल रामचरित जो है ये भवानी तुम सुनो. तो उन्हें स्टार्ट है. उसको फिर तुलसीदास जी बोलते हैं, तुलसीदास जी हिमसेल्फ सेज कि मैंने ये कुछ लिखा नहीं है. व्हाट आई हैव डन, नाना पुराण निगम आगम समय का हमने पर बहुत सारे पुराण और बहुत सारे वेदाज और जितने निगम है उनका हमने कलेक्शन किया है. और कलेक्शन करके हमने उन्हें कहा कि रामचरित सब ग्रंथन को रस, एज यू पुट ऑल द फ्रूट्स इन द मिक्सचर, so you get that fruit juice. तो बोले, he says कि it is not only this, this is the crux of the Vedas, Puranas, Agam, Nigam that I have taken from, I am mainly from Valmiki Ramayana. And then further he says, next slide. Then he further says that there is no any cleverness on my this. कवि हो नहीं चतुर कहाऊं मत अनुरूप राम गुण गाऊं. बोले मैं ना तो पोएट बनना चाहता हूं, ना मैं क्लेवर बनना चाहता हूं, मैं ये भी नहीं चाहता कोई मुझे कहे कि हमने बड़ी अच्छी कविता लिखी है. मैं तो मेरी जो मति है, जो बुद्धि है, उसके हिसाब से आई हैव एज पर माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई एम सिंगिंग द एक्सीलेंस ऑफ भगवान राम. नेक्स्ट. एंड देन ही सेड कि दिस आई हैव रिटन फ्रॉम स्वांतः सुखाय रघुनाथ गाथा. वो बोलते हैं मैंने अपने सेल्फ के सुख के लिए, फॉर द सेटिस्फैक्शन ऑफ माय सोल आई हैव डन दिस. So this is about the background of the Ramcharitmanas, and then why it is Ramcharitmanas and how Tulsidas ji has written. Then now we come to the management learning. Entire Ramcharit, it is said that anything is not left which is not written in the Ramayana and Mahabharata. Anything is not left which is not mentioned in Ramayana and Mahabharata. So all the management tools like motivation, communication, leadership, team building, performance management, whatever, what all management tools are given in the Ramcharitmanas, and I'm maintaining ethical values and all that. That is, everything is there. But I have taken few looking the time limit and all that. The first thing which I have taken, consult your mentor, guide, expert to avoid crisis in the organization. In every organization, there is always crisis. Sometimes now it's a COVID crisis. So you have to consult your expert. Now in the present days, if the organization they are facing much COVID problem, they are consulting their consultant, they are consulting the expert that what we should diversify the product, what the changes we should make, and how to make. So in those days, it is mentioned that how they have done. King Dasarath, when he was in guilt, एक बार भूपति मन माही भय गलानी मोरे सुतने. ग्लानी, I have mentioned in capital letter. Glani means guilt. The superlative degree of the sadness. So what he said, what he was a king, he should have called to Vasisht. He did not call Vasisht. His guru was Vasisht. He himself, he goes to Vasisht. Then he says, Vasisht honors him, come king, sit down and all that. Then Dasarath starts telling. Now this is one of the lessons that when you go, even to mention your request also, the Dasarath said, sir, everything is very good in Ayodhya. Even Indra was asking that you take out the Swarga and give Ayodhya to me. Now my treasury is full of the this wealth and all that. Kuber is asking that you take out all wealth of the Kuber Khazana and give Ayodhya to me. So everything is all right, sir. Everybody is happy. There is no any problem to Praja. Everything is all right. But there is no problem. So Guru says, what is the problem? When everything is okay, well, he says, I don't have any son. Bhai galani more sut nahi, mere putra nahi. I don't have son who will run this legacy of this kingdom. So Vasisht says, okay, this is the problem. There is no problem. You want one son, you don't worry, you will get 4. So for that, then they used to do one yajna, and he says, I am not expert of this. You call to Sringiris, go and request to him. Sringiris will come. He will perform the yajna, and you say yajna, but in Sanat we say yajna. So he will perform that one yajna, and that yajnas are done various putra kamesti yajna for the desire of the son. That will be done. So that was done, and then he got the fourth son. The second instance come. Why guru is important? Why mentor is important? When Vishwamitra comes to Dasharat, he got the sons Ram. Ram takes the education, and they were in the Ayodhya. They were of the younger age. Then Vishwamitra and his team was doing yajna, but the demons and Rakshasas, they were spoiling it. They were not allowing him to perform it. Then Vishwamitra came to the Dasarath, and he said that I want your two sons, Ram and Lakshman, for the protecting of this yajna, because the demons and all do. So they have to fight with those demons and to protect that yajna we want. Now Dasarath was very upset, and he said that he should not have spoken like that. But when Vishwamitra came, he honored, he gave the seat and all that and this. And then he said, what you are asking, Muni? You should have asked, I can give you my whole kingdom. I can give this much couch. I can give my wealth. But you see, I have only 4 sons. Now see, he was asking 1 son. And here he says, I have only 4 sons. How 4 sons can be only? Only can be 1. But he says, I have only 4 sons. How can I give you? Then, no. And he says, कि सब सुत प्रिय मोहि प्राण की नाई राम देत नहीं बनत गोसाई है गोसाई हे गुरुवर हे मुनि हे ऋषि माने सभी all the 4 these my sons, they are dearer to me like a pran, but Ram ko dena मुझसे it is very difficult. Then there was a crisis. Then what to do? Then Vasishtha came, and Vasishtha says to the Raja Dasarath that you see, you just remember one thing, that they are not your son. They were created by the yajna. तो ये यज्ञ के पुत्र हैं, और विश्वामित्र has come for यज्ञ की रक्षा करने के लिए. तो यज्ञ के पुत्र यज्ञ की रक्षा करने के लिए जाने दीजिए, आप बीच में क्यों आते हैं इसमें? And then दशरथ बोले their birth has been for this purpose, and इससे इनका और अच्छा होगा. And then Dasarath was agreed, and they went. Now see one thing here. What is the importance of Guru? The importance of Guru, the Kaikeyi asked the Raja Dasarath for 14 years exile from the Ram. And in that, Dasarath left his pran. But here, that in that time, she did not ask that he has to go to fight the Ravan and Kumbhakaran and Rakshasas and demons and all that. She said simply they have to go 14 years to the exile. But that could not be tolerated by the Dasarath, and he had to live his life. Here, Vishwamitra asking, no, I want them for the waiting from the demons. So here he has given, and there he left the prana, he left the life. The reason behind here he has mentored. Vasishtha told him that you give them, and this is the pros and cons. And in that night there was no Vasishtha, there was no Guru. If the Guru had been that time, Dasarath could have been saved. So this is the importance of mentor. Next, please. Next, please.
Sorry, sir. Could you explain that point once again? I just missed that point. Thank you.
Which one?
About the Vasishtha Guruji, where he is existing, and then the other place where he is missing. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
Vishwamitra and Vasishtha. This one. Vishwamitra and Vasishtha.
Yes.
Vishwamitra comes to the Ram. Vishwamitra was doing they were living in the exile and their ashramas, and they were doing the yajna. And these various demons, Marich, Subha, Uttaraka, they were coming and they were putting, because they were not allowed to do the yajna, because they were knowing that after doing yajna, they get more power and they will kill the demons. So there always have been intention to spoil the yajnas. So Vishwamitra came that they can be these demons. They are very powerful and they can be killed only by the Ram. So he comes to the Dasarath and he asks that give me Ram and Lakshman to me. Dasarath hesitates. He says, no, I will not give because they are dearest to me. And Sabasut Priya Mohi Pran ki Nai, Ram Det nahi banut Gosai, all the my sons are like my Pran, but Ram ko to dena, it is very, very difficult. And he was united, very much united with the Vishwamitra. And he has shown his anger that what you are asking Muni Magyo Vina Bishari, without thinking you are asking. You should have thought something that what you are asking to a king. Then Vasisht came, he intervenes and he says, you see, these your sons आपके कारण नहीं हुए थे, ये यज्ञ के पुत्र हैं, यज्ञ की थी सिंगर इसने और यज्ञ से पुत्र हुए हैं and they are going for the यज्ञ रक्षा के लिए जा रहे हैं. तो जिसके पुत्र हैं उसकी रक्षा करने के लिए आप जाने दीजिए ना, आप बीच में क्यों आते हैं? ऐसा वशिष्ठ ने उनको समझाया. Then Dasarath could understand and after this then he allowed this and he says, Vishwamitra, now you are like their father and please as soon as the work is over, please come back. I cannot live without them. The point is here that because of the Vasishtha suggestion, Vishwamitra took them and in when Kaikeyi asked the exile for 14 years, there was no Vasishtha. Otherwise, that could Dasarath's life could have also been saved, and so that is the importance of mentor. Because Kaikeyi simply asked that she wants Vanvas for 14 years. She never said that they have to fight the Ravan, Kumbhakaran, or anybody else, or Kushkhar, Dushan, Tisra. She never said they have to go 15. But and here Vishwamitra asking, no, they have to fight. So they knowingly here Dasarath allowed because Vasishtha intervened and there was no Vasishtha, so he had to leave the life. This is next, please. Acha, now see the importance of Vasishtha. I sense the importance of the mentor. When Ram comes from Lanka after winning, after defeating the killing of the Ravana and all that, then people used to ask that how you killed the Ravana. How could you won this Rakshasas and all that? And then Ram, when there were people to receive him, Vasishtha, Bamdev, Bharat, and everybody was there. Mothers were there, but Ram saw the Guru Vasishtha. He keeps his bow there, and comes on the lotus feet of the Vasishtha, and he introduces. The Guru Vasishtha Kul Pujya Hamare, Inki Kripa Danuj Ran Mare. By the blessings of these Guruji, by the blessings of Guru Vasishtha, I could defeat those demons and I could kill the Ravan and all that. There is nothing in my hand. It was my Guru by whose blessings I could do this. So this is how the credit or importance and given. If your consultant gives you the good advice and if you get that result and if you get that performance, then you should always give credit to your consultant. Normally we don't. We say no, consultant has given the advice, we have paid him the fee, work is over. This is which I could do. But here no. Here Ram says, Inki kripa danujaran mare. Because of his blessings, because of his kripa, because of his mentorship, हमने राक्षसों को मारा. So and then next is the positive attitude. Now the mentor is over, passive attitude. Every organization gets the success when they have positive attitude, positive thinking. Glass is full or glass is half. That is the half full or half full. That is the attitude. But you will find always that Ram and his entire team was always having positive thinking, always positive thought. What they see, yes, please stay here. So what happens is, it was decided that Ram will take oath tomorrow. He will be king tomorrow. He will sit in the Rajgaddi. But in the night, everything goes so much problem that in morning, when he goes to his father, he says that you have to go to 14 years exile. He says, okay, no problem. And then when he comes from there, after this wearing this tapas bhesh, this exile dress and all that, then he comes to Kaushalya ji, to his mother, and she was doing Vishnu Sahasranam Yajna, Jap. She was doing Vishnu Sahasranam Jap on that night. And why she was doing this? That Vishnu, he was Bhagwan Vishnu ki puja kar rahi thi, and she was saying that tomorrow my son will sit in the, will be Raja and he will be the king. So Prabhu, give him that positive thing, give him mental advice, protect him that he should do nyay with his praja. वो अपने प्रजा के साथ अच्छा काम कर सके, अच्छी बात कर सके, ऐसा वो रात भर विष्णु सहस्रनाम का जप कर रही थी. And when he saw Ram in that ways, she asked, "What is this?" So बोला nothing. बोले father has made me the king. बोले king? बोले where what king? बोले पिता दीन मोहि कानन राजू. पिताजी ने मुझे जंगल का, फॉरेस्ट का राजा बनाया है. अयोध्या का राजा नहीं बनाया तो क्या हुआ? He made me the forest king of the forest. That is the positive attitude. Now let us think ourselves that see the ministers and all that, they got issued the jacket and coat and suit, and tomorrow they have to take oath. And if there is no their name in the list, so they make the society. And if you have to, we have to catch a train. If my driver is driving slowly, and if I miss the train, we terminate the driver. And here he was to sit in the Rajgaddi, to in Singhasan, and that goes. But he said no. Pita Deen Mohi Kanan Raju. I got, this is the biggest example of the positive attitude, positive thinking in the Ramcharitmanas and everywhere. Next, please. Then you can win only any fight or anything or any success when you have a good team member. And team member, you have to make harmonious relation with your team member. So you have to recognize the contribution of your team member and appreciate them and give the credit to them. And they always that they should have a feeling that I am getting support from my team leader. When Hanumanji goes to Sri Lanka, and that time not Sri Lanka, it goes to Lanka, and comes after finding out about the Sita ji and burning of the Lanka and all that. Then Hanumanji meets the Sri Ram. Then what Ram says, Sunuka pitohi saman upakari, nohi ko sur nar muni tanudhari. ऐ कपि, ऐ हनुमान जी, तुम्हारे समान मेरा उपकार करने वाला कोई नहीं है इस सब पूरे वर्ल्ड में. ना तो देवता, ना आदमी, न मुनि और न कोई शरीर धारण करने वाला. एंड मैं तुम्हारा कभी भी ऋण नहीं हो सकता हूँ. माने ऋण लेना, बारो करना, बारो करने के बाद जो रिपे होता है, बोले आई कैन नॉट रिपे टू दिस. सर एंड यू सी after coming to Ayodhya, and then Ram said all the monkeys and all Vanar Sena to go, and during उनको जाते समय कुछ gift देते हैं, किसी कुछ देते हैं, and then he thinks he has no any gift to give to Hanuman ji. He could not give any gift. He said आपकी गिफ्ट ये है कि आप हमसे गले मिलिए. राम जाते हैं, उनसे गले मिलते हैं, and he kept only, he gave the citizenship of the Ayodhya to Hanuman ji. But when he presents to Hanuman ji, it is his beauty. Hanuman ji उनके भगवान के पैर में गिर जाते हैं और बोलते त्राहि त्राहि भगवंत, हे प्रभु बचाइए. काहे से बचाइए? प्रेजिंग. बोले दिस प्रेजिंग spoils this. You praise to a certain limit, but you see somebody says this is the liquor of year. If you are taking liquor, it will be over by tomorrow morning, but this year of liquor will not, doesn't get over. So you have to acknowledge the achievement of a team member, and whenever the team member performs well, you must appreciate, you must honor them. This. And the next is recognize the small contributor also. In the every organization, normally it is said that in the leadership of the general manager, in the leadership of the president, in the leadership of production manager, in the leadership of so and so, this has been done, and that uh, that team leader is acknowledged. But you have to recognize the small contributor also. Uh, when there was Setu Bandhan, for going to the Lanka, and then all the kapis, all the monkeys, they were bringing bigger stones and all that and this. But there was one squirrel, जिसको हिंदी में गिलहरी बोलते हैं, squirrel. What she was doing, वो गीला होती थी और गीले होने के बाद getting wet and फिर sand में वो लौटती थी and फिर again she was going and जहाँ पे ब्रिज बनता था वहाँ पे वो उसको sand को गिराती थी and bringing the small stones of 50 grams, 100 grams, 100 grams stones he was bringing, going and bringing, and then these monkeys, they started laughing to her that what you are doing, it is a so big bridge, and in this you are this small sand and small this, how it will happen? Then Ramji asked the Hanuman, that Hanuman, what is your capacity? How much stone you are bringing? He said, I am bringing up the 5-ton weight. Well, very good. Oh, that is your capacity? Yes. Then Angad said, I am bringing 3 ton. My capacity 3 ton. I am bringing 3 ton stone. Then somebody said 1 ton. Then somebody said 50 kgs and 100 kgs capacity. Then Ram said, you see, you are bringing up 100% of capacity. The capacity of a squirrel is 50 grams, and if she is bringing 100 grams, it means it is giving 200%. So Ram put his fingers on the squirrel और कहा जाता है कि वो जो गिलहरी के ऊपर 3 चिन्ह बने रहते हैं वो श्री राम जी की अंगुलियों के निशान है, praising of that. So you have to recognize the contribution of small contributors of your organization. There may be electrician, maybe plumber, maybe cleaner, maybe anything, but everybody has to be recognized, and that contributor should know that my boss, my team leader, my president, my CEO, that he's praising me, and he's keeping in mind that I am also contributing to this organization. This we can learn from the Ramcharitmanas. Next. Now there are certain management quotes, management learning. You see, when this Surpanakha, after getting cut her nose and ear and all that, then she goes to Khardushan, and with this Khardushan they are killed by Ram. Then she goes to the Ravan, and it is a greatness of Goswami Tulsidas ji that from Surpanakha so many good things उन्हें लिखा है. ऐसा सुपर्णखा बोलती है जैसा कोई ज्ञानी पुरुष बोलता हो, जैसे कोई ज्ञानी आदमी विवेक वाला बोलता है. And she says many things, but I have taken only one this. She says, and this is good for the management also. She said, Ripu Ruj Pabak Pap Prabhu Ahinaganiya Chotakar. Mane in चीजों को, these things should not be taken in small. What is Ripu? Ripu ji your dushman. This, and Rij is a disease. Pabak is Agni. Pap is sin. Prabhu is your boss. I is serpent. Now, in modern this, Ripu is your, you can consider your competitor. If your competitor is very small, you may be big company, but if it is a small competitor, then don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. It will damage it. Suppose if it is limited to a particular district, the sales of your products shall be reduced to that. So don't do this. Then Riju is your weakness. You have to do SWOT analysis of your company, and then strength and weakness. If what is the weakness, and if there is small weakness also, then you must reduce it, finish it. Otherwise, this weakness may become any day big one, and it may damage your this. Pabak Agni. It is like security. You should not compromise with your security arrangement of the organization. It may be small lapse also, but even sometimes due to short circuit, entire organization gets fired. So entire unit gets fired. So if there is a small lapse, that also should be eradicated. And then POP is that shortcomings of your this of the quality and quantity. Then if there is any suppose you're mentioning the composition, that it is 90%, it is 100%, it is 10%, that composition of those components should be remain there. It should not that it is first time one time we have done. So it should not be that you have to maintain that that is a sin. And Prabhu is your boss. Don't underestimate your boss. You may be from IIT, he may be from NIT, he may be from smaller engineering college, but don't underestimate your Prabhu. He has experience, he has more knowledge, so don't underestimate your boss. He may be new, or he may be old, or he may be less qualified, or highly qualified. Don't underestimate it. And the serpent. So there are many serpent implies in your organization. So don't ignore them. They should be finished. They should be taken care of. Otherwise, they will harm to the organization long. Then next is when this Ravan goes to Marish, and Ravan says to Marish that you go and become deer, and then he will abduct to Sita ji. Now Marish says, it is again the greatness of Goswami Tulsidas ji, that कि ये सुर्पणखा और मारीच जैसे राक्षसी प्रवृत्ति के लोगों से भी इतनी अच्छी बातें कहलवाते हैं, which is always applicable to the our this management tool. What he said, शस्त्री मरबी प्रभु सठ धनी वैद्य बंद कवि भानस गुनी. Don't make envy with these 9 people. What are those? Armed men. If you are doing battle, or if you are having enemy with armed men, then there will not be your welfare. One who knows your secret, one who knows your secret of the organization, one who knows the secret of your product, one who knows that what is composition of product, how pulp is being made and all that, and if he knows, so then don't make quarrel with him. And your powerful master, if he is Prabhu, again the boss and powerful master, if it is there, and if you will make him envy, then he will crush you. Then Dance is like some fool. If you're fighting with that fool, that you are equivalent to that fool. So it's not that. And if the wealthy man with a physician, don't fight with your physician, because if you fight with your physician, your health will be spoiled and all that. Like that panegyrist who goes, orator who goes and here and there, and he tell that it's moving everywhere, and he will tell something negative about the organization, then that will damage to you. And a poet, same thing in this, and your cook should be of your confidence, otherwise he may create damage to you. I am not written here, but one more this thing. This is said by Surpanakha, then said by Marish, and then Ram says one thing. I could not mention here, but I said when he goes to fight to Ravan, then he says, I have written here. He says that there are 3 types of people in the world with the similar with these plants. What is that? There are 3 types of plant. One is suman prad, ek suman phal hai, ek phalai keval lagai. Mane there are 3 तरह के पौधे हैं. एक बोले one gives only flower, another gives flower and fruit, and the third one gives only fruit. The example is, first one is rose. Rose gives only flower. Then mango gives flower and fruit both, and then jackfruit, breadfruit, that gives only katal jisko bolte hain, that gives only the fruit. So Ram says, like these three food, there are three types of people also in the world. What? Ek kahaani. One only talk, only gives flower, blossom. एक कहानी, one they only simply talk, they are talkers. एक कहानी ही कर रही, एक कहते भी है और करते भी है. They speak also, they talk also, and they act also. एक कहानी, एक कर रही, एक केवल कहानी, और जो एक दूसरे हैं वो केवल करते हैं. So there are three types of people in your organization. You have to find out those people. One only talks, he gives so many things. Many marketing people has got this beauty that they talk so much, and then they are not able to sell the product. So I'm not thinking that, but there are people, but sometimes they convince, they make the market also. So there are people, they only talk, one talks and acts, and one only acts. They will not talk much, like people in the research and development, and then they are introvert people. So these are the certain management learning which are applied. And in the next, sir, in the last and not the least, Bhagwan Krishna says to Arjun in Gita, in 18th chapter, that is the last chapter, what he says, कि अर्जुन इतिमे ज्ञानम ख्यातम, मुझे जो मालूम था गुह्यम गुह्यतरम, जो सीक्रेट से सीक्रेट चीज वही मालूम थी वो मैंने तुम्हारे सम्मुख रख दिया है, तुमको मैंने बता दिया है. नाउ ये तुम्हारी, अब ये तुम्हारे ऊपर है, जैसे तुमको यथेष्टि तथा कुरु, या तुमको अच्छे, तो ये तुम्हारी इच्छा है, जैसी तुम्हारी मर्जी हो वैसा तुम करो. तो मुझे जो ज्ञान था, मुझे जो जानकारी थी, मैंने वो सब आप लोगों के सामने रख दिया है. आई हैव पुट, नाउ इट इज ऑन यू हाउ यू इंप्लीमेंट एंड हाउ यू एक्ट इट विद दिस. हरिओम.
Very nice, sir. Very crisply and succinctly, I think you have presented the Ramcharitamanas like the lake of wisdom, which is being said also in our first discussion. It was excellent, and the kind of management learnings which has happened is amazing. It is just simple. It is just simple, but so good, sir. I think the importance of Guru has come out very well, where his presence from time to time in the times of crisis is so important, like where Vishwamitra ji is supposed to be there, and then Vasishta ji is supposed to be there. It was fantastic, and then the various other learnings. But before I could share on those lines, may I request Dr. Venkat Barlagaru to share his comments, and the post which the floor could be open for discussion. Over to you, Dr. Venkat Barlagaru.
Thank you, Niranjan Garu. Good evening, everybody. Namaskar, pranam. It's a fantastic occasion that we are all meeting, all the learned people who have expertise on scriptural knowledge are available to us in our group now. We are so fortunate that such people are joining our groups. And also we find that youngsters are joining. People from NIT, IIT, IIM are joining. This group is being enriched day by day. That is another blessing that God is giving us, and we should take the fruits of the things that God is giving us. And today we have had a beautiful session by Sri R.J. Dwivedi ji, and I'm fascinated with his name, first of all, because Dwivedi is a person who has mastered the Vedas. And Dwivedi is a person who has mastered the Vedas, so his knowledge, extempore, he's not yet, you don't have to see the books. He would talk extempore, and everything is on his fingertips. Such rare people are able, and we are fortunate. Dwivedi Sahib is able to spare his time to us, to talk to us. And Dwivedi Sahib is also a management guru himself. And because he has had so many degrees, he has got vast experience. He is the chairman, co-chairman of several bodies now, and he is leading a management association also at Bhopal. So it's really great to associate with these people because you can be judged by the friends you have and the books that you have. Therefore, the kind of books that we are reading, the kind of presentations that we are making week after week, and the kind of people we are associating with us tells lots about this group, and this group is growing from strength to strength. I'm so glad about it. I'm really glad about it. Thank you all. Thank you, Dwivedi Sir. Thank you so much for today's wonderful session. You have really talked about very important management lessons. You have talked about the first and the foremost thing, either in management or in life or in education or in practice everywhere. It's the importance of Guru. The Indian education is founded on the principles of Guru Sishya Parampara. Prior to British Raj, the Indian education was thriving. India was the center of education. The whole world, people used to come to Nalanda. People used to get educated here in India. But then during the British Raj, we lost link with our roots. And the British have destroyed the educational fabric of this country. And for almost 200 to 300 years, and even 400 years in the earlier also, if you count, we have really lost touch with this Guru Sishya Parampara. And even in our lives today, if I recall my education, your education, it is from the gurus that you have learned. You may have modernized the tools, you may have discovered the Google, you may have internet or software technologies, but ultimately the knowledge flows from Guru. You have highlighted this point, and every time you have a doubt, you have a crisis, remember your Guru. Today also I'm in touch with my Gurus, I'm in touch with my teachers. I always call them. Even my high school teachers, you won't believe. So I'm fortunate you have recollected that excellent concept of Guru Sishya Parampara in your session, sir. Wonderful, and thank you for that. And the second thing that you have talked about is positive attitude. Lord Rama's positive attitude you have so beautifully highlighted, described with examples and the verses from Ramcharitamanas of Goswami Tulsidas Ji. It was also a wonderful experience to listen and recollect that our scriptures, our Vedas and Vedangas, our Ramayana, Mahabharata and our Gita and all the scriptures do have all the management principles, which we are writing books today in Harvard University or Kellogg's University and telling the people. But then these roots were already available in Indian Vedic literature, and you have brought about that particular importance of positive attitude, and we always experience life becomes miserable, family, office, work life becomes miserable if you do not have a positive attitude. You have brought about that point and showed us today how the positive attitude wins. Not only that, Dwivedi Saab, you have also talked about the 9 kind of people whom you should take care. This is such a beautiful thing, although we know it in bits and pieces. But एक जगह आपने इतना अच्छा सुंदर सा पैराग्राफ दिखाया कि 9 लोगों से आप कभी पंगा नहीं लेने का है. You could make enemies with 9 kind of people. It's good for you. Okay, that was a beautiful thing that you have brought out, and we have also experienced. I have changed many jobs in my life. I can recollect that it is the life with people around. It is not, you're not able to do the job because of which you will change the job. You can do the job. Either it is your boss or your subordinates or your people around. Any of these 9 kind of people that you have around, that you always find it difficult to manage the situation, therefore you quit. You quit a situation, you quit a company, you quit a job, you quit a house, you quit whatever. But then very important thing, I think all of us must note down those 9 people very carefully. And I'm also in the modern literature, I would also like to add one more. I don't know if you have covered it, but your driver is very important. My father-in-law, a collector of Nizamabad district, used to tell me that never take panga with your driver. He is carrying your life all the time. So I'm also reminded of that. So let's make note of that. And you've explained Surpanakha and Maricha verses very beautifully. And we have really got these points into our mind, and it will help us in improving our lives. The quality of life will improve if we really take care of these people. And finally, you also talked about Lord Krishna's message, that I've given you all the knowledge that I have to give. It's up to you. How do you use it? How do you improve your life? How do you fight? How do you live? It's all up to you. All the knowledge is there with you. So these are the kind of things that you have talked about. You have explained so beautifully in the common man's language, in the mix of Hindi and English. It is so beautiful, and it has helped us to relate our life, because we seem to be going away from the principles because of our day-to-day life, because of our work pressures, because of our situations. Although we know so many principles, but we seem to be going away from them. For you know, God knows why we err. Okay, but then you have brought us back. Okay, so week after week, this bring us back from the that side of the road to this side, because that's the usefulness of these lessons. And today's session has also been such an important thing. We've enjoyed it. Not only we've learned, but also we've enjoyed it. And from a divine person, from a person who looks like and who is really lucid and well versed in the Vedic literature, from such a person, listening from his mouth adds a divine flavor. If a Gunda talks about the Ramayana, it looks different. But if a teacher, if a guru, if a Vedic scholar talks about Ramayana, the same subject, it looks बहुत और मीठा लगता है, और उसका प्रभाव जो है वो और अच्छा लगता है. हमको आज वो अमृत मिला है आपके मुंह से. धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, प्रणाम. Thank you very much.
Excellent, sir. In fact, I tried to capture those important points. One thing which I really loved was the positive attitude aspects, where the way Lord Rama looks at his father, the gift what he has offered. It is not just the empire. When somebody gives you very good things and then you are flattered for them, but the approach and the attitude where he says, now I am the king of the jungle, the lion, the share. It was really excellent, the kind of a positive attitude when in the management, when a task is being offered, and then how is it that we are taking it towards achieving that particular goal and that particular task. I think there are fantastic learnings, very short, sweet presentation which has been highlighted. And the key important thing is, of course, identifying, along with our SWOT analysis, identifying the key people whom we should be associating ourselves with. That is another key aspect. So the kind of people whom we are meeting is the key purpose. One of the key, another takeaways is very clearly where it is being highlighted. They saying, which I love the most, is ye to Yajnika Prasad hai. Ramji is not your son. Yeah. He is the son of the Yajna. He has come for a purpose. You see, he has come with a purpose, and you are not. You are only a biological means in that. But let him do his work for what he has come. So for management, we people, for what we have come here into this group, I really appeal to each one of us, why we have come into this group. We have to implement those things and then bring about that kind of a vibration, that kind of an energy into the system, into our life, into our families, into our companies, to take it forward to the next levels. Like the 3 flowers. I love those 3 flowers kind of a concept also. Just sirf flowers dete hai. In our group also, we have all the people, all the varieties of people who are there. Jo अच्छे baat karte hai. It's so nice. But we need the fruits as well. We need the flowers, the speakers. we need the implementers as well, and the silent implementers. Yes, we have all the people here. It's a fantastic learning, so easy to understand. The beauty about Dwivedi Sab was he is fluently expressing the entire thing, Dwivedi Sab, so naturally, and then so easy to understand the concept from Ramcharitramanas. अभी तो मेरे को अभी भी दिल लगता है और कि और एक बार पढूं रामचरितमानस आपके वचन सुनने के बाद. It's so nice and easy to understand. Easy to understand the kind of a concept which we are saying, especially the kind of people we have to be associated with, and what is it that we have to expect, how a king has to be there, whoever is the boss there, whoever is the head of the particular thing, what is the expectation from the management. Fantastic. Yeah, group, what is the expectation? It was very well presented. Finally leaving with Lord Shri Krishna ji ka message, implement. मैंने तो आपको पूरा बता दिया. So humbly being said, Dwivedi Sab, very nice with experience. Okay, मैंने तो कह दिया, अभी जो बताना है secrets पूरा बता दिया मैंने आपको. अभी आप implement कीजिएगा. You go ahead and then implement it. So it was a fantastic presentation. Superb. We are blessed today to have a fantastic insights into Ramcharitramanas from another angle. We have seen insights from Sundarkanda from VK Sharma ji last week. It was fantastic. And from Lord Hanuman ji ka prayer ke saath mein we have started. This we are doing every Saturday also. It was very nice. We started with the prayers with Hanuman ji, the quality of a devotion, the anchoring to a purpose from Hanuman ji, without any expectation. Without any expectation. बस मुझे तो सिर्फ सेवा करना है. मौका दीजिए. Let's do that particular thing. The floor is open for discussion, sir. Please continue. Naveen Goel sahab, Surya Kumar ji, Apal sahab, please share your thought process. If Dilip ji is there, Dilip ji, Sujata madam, Om Prakash Pandey sahab, let's have your comments. We are at 7:40.
Good evening. Good evening to everyone. Mind-boggling presentation. Such a small, short thing, and the way he explained, my God. And because for me, it was a very, in-house thing, because I have been listening to him to number of times and with my father and all these things. And he is very fortunate. I have learned fresh and so many things. One thing I would like to add over here for the very Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 also talks about 9 types of persons which should be there. Beyond that, there is no other person available. So that when we come to Bhagavad Gita, we will deliberate that. This is also one very interesting thing, because when we talk about interpersonal relationship, unless we know what type of persons are required, or what type of person, how do we interact with the persons, and if we have the dossier of that particular thing, communication, team building, and the delivery of the products, that means the performance also will be highly affected because of this. Once the knows the qualities of the person which he should understand and make a dose and work along with him. This is the key point I feel for the management learning can go with this over here. Are you Oman pronounced?
I think Mr. Goel is asking something, some
Question?
on leadership.
For the benefit of everybody over here, you may please elaborate it over here. How the crisis could be converted to the opportunity and function. Learning of Manas.
Okay, I will reply to your both the questions. One thing you have asked, the how leadership development, about leadership development. So for this, you see, a true leader is a good leader. A true leader is a good leader. The follower should have a faith and trust on his leader. Now we find that the follower or team member should have trust that if anything goes wrong, will get support of leader, and the leader should empower its follower. I will give you two examples of the Ramcharitmanas. You see, when Angad goes to the Ravan, before this, Angad used to discuss so many things, and Ravan wanted that since he is son of Vali, and Vali have been killed by the Ram, then he wanted to divide him from the Sugriva and all that he tried. But then Angad says that Angad says, कहा दशकंधर, रावण पूछता है, कहा दशकंधर कवनते बंदर, दशकंधर पूछता है तू कौन है बंदर, who are you? तो वो Angad says, मैं रामदूत दशकंधर, I am Ramdut. He never says I am son of Bali, or I am the Senapati, or I am this and this. He says मैं रामदूत हूँ, मैं रामदूत.
Yes. So, man, important.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Acha. Then you see, Angad has so confidence. Angad says to Ravan, "Jo mama charan sakasit mutari." If you can remove, if you can not remove, you can move my feet. If you can move my foot, then फिर Ram Sita मैं हारी. बोले Ram will go back. If you can move my foot, then Ram will go back and I will give you Sita. Now, what authority Angad has? Angad, how can he say? How can Angad say? But it is the confidence. He has a confidence of his boss that if whatever I will do, my boss will approve it. I have such. So you have to develop on those, follow over on those lines. Then the second example is when Hanumanji goes to the Lanka. Then Hanumanji was given only simple thing that you go to the Lanka and find out, you go to Lanka and find out where Sita is. Not even to go to Lanka, find out where Sita is there. So Hanumanji came to Lanka, he met to Sita. When he went to a Ashok tree, he saw that Ravan has come and Ravan was threatening to Sita. So the purpose of Hanumanji would have been saved. He would have come back and would have told to Ram that I have been seen there. Sita was sitting near a Ashok tree and Ravan came and saying so and so and so. If we would have been like a government project, so his assignment would have been completed. But he was the leadership development happens when your follower take a spontaneous decision. जिसको बोलते हैं तात्कालिक निर्णय लेने की जिसमें क्षमता हो, जो that is the good follower. And then Hanuman ji was there. He met to Sita ji, and he was not feeling hunger to eat the fruit. It was another instrument. He wanted to judge the capacity of the Ravan's kingdom, how it is done, and he wanted to meet to Ravan to discuss, to know their strength. So this is the follower, which they take decision on those basis. So your follower should, you must empower your follower, and follower should have this confidence on your boss that whatever decision I am taking. See, Angad ने कितना बड़ा निर्णय लिया कि तुम मेरे चरण हटा दोगे तो मैं सीता जी को हार जाऊंगा. सीता जी उनकी पत्नी नहीं थी अंगद की, पर लेकिन he had such confidence, whatever I'm saying, इसीलिए उनको लगा कि कभी रावण हमारा पैर हटा न दे तो वो अपना पैर खिसका लेते. So, and then the second part we are asking, how to convert crisis into opportunity. It is a present time is the time of the crisis. There was a crisis in Ram also when Ram started fighting with this Ravan. When it was first day, then it was very difficult. Ram felt that it will be very difficult to win the Ravan because there were many Devi, Devta, many Graha, everything they were in the favor of Ravan, and he was tired. So the Agastya Muni came, and Jambanta said that you do some sadhana. आप कोई साधना करिए तब रावण को हराएंगे. Now this is the crisis. How crisis is being in this? Agastya Muni came and he gave that you do the Aditya Hridayam Stotam. Aditya is a sun. बोले लाइक सन दी प्रचंड क्षमता जो सन में होती है, आदित्य हृदय स्तोत्र का आप अध्ययन करिए, पाठ करिए, उस स्तोत्र को वो करिए. राम जी did that आदित्य हृदय स्तोत्रम and with this then he could win the Ravan. The crisis, Hanuman ji went to the take Sanjeevani Booty at Himalaya and he could not recognize that whose Sanjeevani Booty it is. There was entire light there. So there was a crisis. Then he took the decision that he took entire mountain. How the crisis in the opportunity. And then you come to the Mahabharata, when this Pandavas, they were given 12 years exile, they did not go, it was a crisis to them. It was crisis to them. They did not went to depression. What they said, they have taken that, converted into opportunity. This Arjun went for the tapasya. What is tapasya? Enhancement of skill. He went to tapasya, he went to the Indra Samraj and he took so many weapons and all that. And the Yudhishthir ko Dvit Krida aati thi, gaming. He excelled in this in 12 years. And in the 1 year which was Agyatvas, in which nobody should know that where they are doing that in Dvit Krida, with that gaming, he was with Raja where they were staying. So he passed that 1 year. So this is how the you have to take spontaneous decision, how the crisis can be converted to the opportunities. Second thing which Dr. Venkat and Mr. Rao said, that there are so many things in this. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha, Ananta, whatever you want, whatever you this, and go on talking, and but we have to adopt certain things in our life also. And I'm thankful to them, to Mr. Rao, Mr. Dilip, Dr. Venkat, that you have given me an opportunity. You see, Vinu Satasang, and this is because of Ram Kripa. Vinu Satasang Vivekana Hoi, Ram Kripa Soi, Sulabha Soi. Without satsang, what is satsang? I am saying about Ram, Mr. Niranjan Rao, Dr. Venkat, Mr. Naveen Goyal, many people, all learned people, they are listening. So this is satsang. But without satsang, you cannot get vivek. Vivek is different from knowledge. We can discuss sometime. So this is Ram Kripa. So I am thankful that you have given me an opportunity that I have spoken. It is nothing, my thing. I was simply instrument which Ramji was asking me to speak, that I have spoken. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Just one comment I would like to make. How to convert a crisis into an opportunity? That's a very good question. Now, every crisis is a problem which has arisen because of certain parameters got displaced. In all our work, there are situations which are made up of certain parameters. वो parameters के बीच में जो relationship खराब हो जाता है या उनका shortcomings कुछ बन जाता है, तो वो problem शुरू होके फिर unattended problem becomes a crisis. Now, the best way to convert the crisis into an opportunity is to firstly to understand what went wrong. Where is the problem? Which parameters were displaced? Where are the aberrations in the interrelationships between the parameters? Now, for example, the wall is made up of bricks arranged in a particular way. Now, if the wall is cracking, there is something wrong somewhere. Similarly, normally what happens is when a crisis comes, we get baffled and we lose our cool and our brain stops functioning and we get emotional and we will not be able to bring a solution. But what Rama did was, when he knew that Sita Devi ki aparhan hui, he was not devastated. He did not exhibit any crisis. He was cool and calm. He only wanted to find out, first of all, where is she? That's why the Hanuman was sent. He was saying, just find out where is she. As Dwivedi Saab mentioned, he was not given any other instructions except telling where she is. How to get her, we will examine later on. But the problem is that she is not there. Let's find out where she is. So keeping your cool and examining the root causes of the problem is the way we can, the solution comes out of the crisis only. The solution बाहर से नहीं आएगा, खिड़की से नहीं आएगा, solution आएगा crisis के अंदर से solution आएगा, क्योंकि वो crisis इसलिए बनी है कि कुछ problem पैदा हुआ है वो parameters के अंदर से, वहीं उसका solution निकलना है. So therefore, only when you are cool, composed, calm, and think without losing your thinking power, if you are able to find the root cause of the problem, in management we call it root cause analysis, then you will be able to really find an opportunity in the same crisis. So this is what I want to mention. I think it's come out very loud and clear in Dwivedi Saab's lecture. Thank you very much.
Sir, I want to say something, sir.
Yeah, please
Hello?
go ahead. Please go ahead, Om Prakash ji.
सर, आज का जो द्विवेदी साहब का लेक्चर था, ऐसा लग रहा था सर रामचरितमानस बिल्कुल सामने है. मतलब इन्होंने शुरू कहाँ से किया था सर? ये इन्होंने शुरू किया जब शंकर जी और राम जी मिलते हैं. वो सर कहानी हम लोगों को रुद्र पुराण में भी है सर. वो रुद्र जो ये शिव पुराण है उसमें जो रुद्र संहिता है उसमें भी भगवान शंकर ने सब पार्वती को सर ये बताया है जो द्विवेदी साहब ने जहां से शुरुआत की है. और इतना बढ़िया रहा सर, हर इन्होंने चैप्टर को और बड़े अच्छे ढंग से बताया. और सर एक प्रार्थना इनसे और है कि एक लेक्चर इस पे सर इनको और फिर करना है.
सही बात, I agree.
काफी अच्छा बताएं, काफी अच्छा सर. थैंक यू सर, बहुत बढ़िया.
Okay, so Dwivedi ji, I have a question because I'm asking this out of my ignorance on Ramcharitmanas. Please do excuse me in case. Please do excuse me of my ignorance. Angad ji, if he is saying that in case if he is unka paw bhi agar hata sake, if they are able to move even his leg out, he will leave Sita and then go. How can he say such kind of a statement if it is being said? I do not know whether it is there in really in Ramcharitmanas that kind of a statement or not, but because this is just stuck in my mind, so I want to get it clarified. Number one, so is it according to dharma? My question is it according to dharma? Okay, forget it whether if he is lost the particular battle of the people being able to move his leg, assuming if they were able to move his leg, was he so confident that they will not be able to do that? What was the reason for his confidence? Is he so powerful than Ravana himself, who is Ravana Brahma, for example? Was it so powerful? So what was the reason? That's the thing. So if his kind of a thing, is it coming out of overconfidence or arrogance as far as this particular thing is concerned? And is it according to dharma? Please forgive me in case this I'm asking is out of ignorance.
Yes.
Please leave it.
It is neither overconfidence nor arrogance. It was pure confidence. It was pure confidence, and he says, it is written in this, Jo mama charan sakasi sakha hari tari. If you can move by foot, so Ram will go back and Sita may have. This is the confidence on his boss, that you have to empower your team members so that whatever he does, that you, and it is as per dharma. And they see, Angad was knowing that Ravan may move his foot, but when Ravan comes, any other comes, and then you see there are indications also. the crown of Ravana goes, when Angad was there, crown of Ravana goes from here to in the Ram, where Ram was staying. So many indications are there. If you read there, you will enjoy it. So Angad had a confidence, and he was so confident that if what I have said, Ram will protect me. What I have said.
Okay, that I understand. Ram
And
will.
as soon as Ravan came, he moved his feet on. Because the other demons who came, they could not do, but then he had a confidence and he moved. And then this is the beauty of the Ram Doot. When you are sending any messenger to any country, then the messenger should have the आपके foreign में जो ambassadors होते हैं, those who are representing to the country, he said, "अरे why you are touching my feet? Why you are touching my feet? You touch to the Ram. It will be तुम्हारा उद्धार हो जाएगा, ये जन्म भी सुधर जाएगा, वो जन्म भी सुधर जाएगा." And he had a doubt that Ravan can do it, but then this is the good example of the trust between the leader and follower.
I completely agree with you, Dwivedi Sahab, that it is a trust between the leader and the team member. That part I'm okay. The trust part is okay, but the aspect of Angad is what I am trying to look at. But the other aspect, as far as the trust and the to stand by the word of the team member like Angad and rest of the other things, Ramji will stand by. Okay, understood. But I'm talking from the Angad's perspective. That's all.
Question for Mr. Dwivedi.
Okay, please go ahead, Dilip ji.
मिस्टर द्विवेदी जी बहुत ही अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन हुआ आपका, नॉलेजेबल, बहुत ही नॉलेजेबल, एंड आई थिंक द होल रामचरितमानस इज ऑन योर फिंगर टिप्स, यू नो. सो आई हैव वन स्मॉल क्वेश्चन फॉर यू, अगेन कमिंग आउट ऑफ माय इग्नोरेंस, is that when Ramayana happened in that age, whatever the stakeholders are there in Ramayana or the plays, they come with a different conditioning of mind. Okay, they are working on it very consciously. If you compare that situation with today's situation, most of us are living unconsciously. Our conditioning is totally different. So how justified are we trying to connect the dots there and here? Are we justified? Because I see that there is a big mismatch, you know, in terms of the conditioning of the mind, or conditioning with which we look at things, or with which we do things. It is totally different. The goals are different, desires are different, everything is different. So are we justified in connecting the dots there and here?
Mr. Rao, will you please explain me what? Yes, I have not been able to understand properly.
Okay, so I'll try to understand. I'll try to share my understanding of what Dilip ji is trying. What he is trying to say is, today we are in a different kind of a scenario. The people at the time of when Ramayana has happened, when Ramcharitmanas is there, or when Ramayana is happened, the people there are with different kind of a consciousness. Their commitments are different. The personality profiles are different. The way they are interacting with Rama or the entire thing is different. And today, the same things are the people in this generation, this time, their consciousness is at a different thing. So how are we connecting these two dots at this point in time? Am I right, Dilip ji?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, very right, sir. It's a very intelligent question, and intelligent question comes from the intelligent mind only. So, but the man who has to reply is not so intelligent. But whatever Ramji will ask me, I will reply you. You see, you are very right that the things change. That why we have four yugas: Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kali Yuga. And all and in the same way these avatars used to take. See, you just take example of one sarovar, जिसको तालाब बोलते हैं. कोई तालाब में लोग 4 तरह से लोग जाते हैं। एक आदमी प्यासा जाता है, वो पानी पीने के लिए जाता है, एंड वो जो और एक आदमी ये जाता है कि हम जाके वहां नहाएंगे, स्नान करेंगे, विल टेक बाथ, एंड द अनदर गोज दैट ही विल गो फॉर, वो तैरेगा वहां, उसकी कितनी गहराई है, हाउ मच डेप्थ इज दिस। नाउ द पॉन्ड इज वन, द पर्पस इज डिफरेंट। वन गोज फॉर अपनी प्यास बुझाने के लिए जाता है, तो उसका पर्पस क्या है कि पानी मीठा होना चाहिए, इट शुड बी स्वीट, मधुरम। एंड देन द अदर मैन हु गोज फॉर द टेकिंग द बाथ, उसका पर्पस क्या है कि पानी साफ सुथरा होना चाहिए, सो दैट मैं नहाने के बाद हमारी जो गंदगी है वो दूर हो जाए और मैं स्वच्छ होकर के उससे निकलूं। द थर्ड मैन जो जाता है, तैराक, उसमें जाता है, वो ये पता लगाता है कितना गहरा है, what is the depth of this pond. So the चारों युग जो है, चारों की सब है, पर देखिए वन चीज फंडामेंटल है, मैनकाइंड जो रावण जैसा पहले सोचता था, वही आज के डेट में भी कुछ लोग उसी तरह सोचते हैं। पहले जो राम सोचते थे, आज भी एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम जैसे लोग हैं उस तरह सोचते हैं। पहले भी कुछ सुग्रीव जैसे, आज भी जैसे सुग्रीव बाज कॉल्ड लाइक जीव, जो जैसा सेल्फिश हो जाना कुछ कभी कभी जब मौका मिले, तो थिंग्स आर सेम, ओनली थिंग्स आर चेंज। यू सी, काम, क्रोध, मोह, लोभ, ये दिस विल कंटिन्यू, ओनली द डिफरेंस इज ऑफ डिग्री। So this is our duty, that with these scriptures we should tell, and the things will come. पहले कभी पाशा पत्थर चलाते थे, धनुष चलाते थे, अब आजकल मिसाइल चल रहे हैं, then the digital is coming. So you are right, time is changing, but fundamental doesn't change because man remain man. रावण, दी प्रवृत्ति ऑफ रावण की जो पहले थी, आज भी वही प्रवृत्ति है। जो राम की प्रवृत्ति कुछ लोगों में थे, वो आज भी वही है। जो भरत की प्रवृत्ति है, भरत की प्रवृत्ति आज भी लोगों में है, और उस तरह का ये चलेगा। और ये जरूर द डिफरेंस ऑफ डिग्री, रावण ज्यादा कब हो जाएंगे, राम कम हो जाएंगे, या राम ज्यादा हो जाएंगे, ओनली द डिफरेंस इज डिग्री। वी आर मोर रावणाज, लेस रावण, तो वी हैव टू टेकल दोज वे। दिस इज व्हाट आई कुड ऐड।
And नमस्कार जी, may I add one point? एक पॉइंट बताना चाहता हूं कि Valmiki was a dacoit. Before he became real Valmiki, he was a dacoit. All of us in this Kali Yuga are no less than him. We are living in this day-to-day world, in this materialistic world. We tell the lies, we cheat, we amass wealth at the cost of others, and all kinds of things we are doing. We are not fit to. The religious question is, are we fit? Are we justified? We are indeed, ideally speaking, we are not fit to touch Ramayana. But on the other thing, like by reciting Rama, 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 Mara, 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 Rama, 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 and so on, at the behest of Narada Mahamuni, he was able to understand the entire the story of Rama, which happened much, much earlier. Valmiki was able to understand, and Valmiki got so much divine inspiration, he was able to write. Similarly, the ordinary human beings, although we are so bad, by reciting these scriptures, by talking about them week after week, we are getting into us a small bit of those flavors, those divine components, that over a period of time, we clean ourselves and become better human beings. That is how we are and we should connect with scriptures, although we are not eligible. But we say Rama, Rama, because over a period of time, like Valmiki, we would be able to acquire some. This has happened. This has happened in the case of life of many people. Satyasai, for example, he was different in the childhood, but then when he practiced the divine Vedas and scriptures, he became such a divine person. So it tells us that the bad people can become good people, and the only bridge is the Vedas, nothing else. Scriptures, no other way. That's the reason why we are week after week reciting these scriptures, and we can connect. We can connect because the papas that we are doing, all the pap that we are doing, we will be able to overcome over a period of time with the knowledge of scriptures and the flavors of Vedas that are coming into us week after week. That is the benefit of this. That's the reason why we should do this. Thank you very much, Dilip ji. Wonderful question, wonderful answer. Dwivedi Saab has also given excellent. Thank you very much.
Three things here. One is the human nature is always same. There is no different. Either we are in Satyuga, we are in Treta, we are in Dwapar, or we are in Kali Yuga. Our problems are always same because the fundamental principles of life remain unchanged. The issue is now we are more towards the richness. However, that time people will more towards the divinity. So it is our duty to leave the richness and move towards divinity. We have to think whether we have to engage ourselves with Bhavata or we have to engage ourselves with Divyata. This is the one example. Second thing, Dwivedi ji has mentioned many things very rightly, but I think we have to justify two more things. One is woman empowerment. Ramayana has given the tremendous effort of the woman empowerment.
Yes.
There are 5 ladies in Ramayana which has been described by Tulsidas ji. First is Sati. He took the examination of Rama. तो पहली परीक्षा से, दूसरी सीता जी इच्छा से उन्होंने शादी की. थर्ड वन इज सबरी, वो प्रतीक्षा से, because that lady was waiting, Ram will come, Ram will come. Third one is, fourth one is Suparnakha. So he has given the different kind of treatment because that lady was having a different kind of nature. And fifth one is Swayamprabha, by education. So Tulsidas ji has made some effort for the women empowerment. Second thing which I want to add here, however, Dwivedi ji has completed his presentation nicely. The Ramayana is giving the beautiful examples of counseling. Take an example, when Bharat ji is asking to the Vasishtha Muni, you ask the brother to go back to the Ayodhya. That time Vasishtha ji is saying very good counseling sentence to the Bharat ji, Sunau Bharat Bhavi Prabal Vilakh Kahe Muninath, Hani Labh Jeevan Maran Yas Apyas Vidiyat. So Vasishtha Muni is counseling the Bharat ji, listen me, these 6 things are beyond your control, beyond my control, and beyond any other person's control. One is when you will get profit, when you will get loss, when you will get life, when you will get die, when you will get fame, when you will get defame. These things are not in anybody's hands. It depends on our पुनर्जन्म के जो प्रारब्ध हैं उनके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. तो we have to focus on those things which you are talking about. So we can discuss the things in totality, then we can understand these questions very nicely. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Very good.
I think I wanted to add a small point there. My question was not exactly on whether the conditioning, with this different type of conditioning, the implementation becomes more difficult. So those principles, the principles are same, whether it is then or now. That part is understood. The basic principles of behavior or basic principles of morality or ethics or whatever, or managing people or managing resources, it is same, it is universal. The question is how to make people look at, how to train people with that kind of consciousness. That is the difficult part. That is what I was trying to hint at.
Sir, my answer, I will add on only two things. Earlier, what was happening when the child was growing, that time grandfather, grandmother, dada, dadi, nana, nani were telling the real stories of the moral boosting stories. Now we are not having enough time. Now we are not teaching any moral stories, good things or bad things to our kids. That is why we have to think ourselves how we can add value when the kids are growing. Until unless we will not have enough time for our kids, we will not add value in their life. We will not take care properly of their needs and their greeds. Two things we have to understand very easily and clearly. Their need is different, their greed is different. Until unless we will not tell them that this is the difference between need and greed. Need to have and nice to have. But we are focusing as on date, we are facing the same kind of problem, whether we are child or we are adult or we are old person. Because we cannot identify our need and greed. These two things we have to focus, and we have to start what this group is doing now. This group is providing support to understand. This group is providing the good satsanga, and this group is trying to develop that kind of consciousness so that we can differentiate our need and greed. Thank you, sir.
I think well addressed points noted, because it's a valid point today that how do we develop this kind of a consciousness, which is one of the crux and core requirement for us to, as we are moving forward in this direction. At the end of the day, learning is important, and for learning there is a teacher and there is a receiver, there is a communicator who is there, and there is a receiver also. So slowly we have to be expanding on the receiver's point of view, because there is so much of knowledge and wisdom to be shared with, but there should be the patradharam, the patra also should be there, the receivers. So this could happen in the corporate world. So maybe slowly we should share one or two points with our employees or our peers or rest of the other things, that such a kind of a thing is existing. Have a look at it, just review it, try and then apply the whatever is the learning in your day-to-day affairs. What is happening in your company, look at it, then refer it back to the literature which is happening. Is there something which is related to you? Maybe that way we have to generate an interest among the peers, among the people, among the all the participants. He could be working as an employee, as a boss, maybe a team leader, or maybe at different levels. We have to give them that kind of a source, a pointer कि आपको यहाँ पे कुछ मिलने वाला है. Review it, have a view about it, read it. If not, come have a dialogue with us. So that way, I think probably we can put a little bit of effort, slowly, step by step, one by one. That way, training is possible. So with training only, we have only minds. The mind is only a trained mind. Over a period, our journey is from known to unknown. From something what we know, we can only move towards the unknown, then know something, and then again we travel forward. So this consciousness, the purity of every individual will be improving from time to time with the kind of association we are making. I think that's what is one of the takeaways for today, which is very good interaction and very apt. So we are at 8:23 right now. If any comments, we can take one last, or may I request Dr. Venkat Barlagaru to give us the closing comments. Thank you.
But today's education system, which is existing, it is not training people to be conscious in their approach. That consciousness is missing. What we are training people, what we are training students, is basically to accumulate knowledge. Knowledge and consciousness are two different things, totally different things. So the education system is basically focusing on accumulation of knowledge, which is a very bad precedent. Knowledge is required, I understand, but at the same time, that not at the cost of consciousness. What is happening is the only focus is on accumulation of knowledge. Consciousness goes for a toss, which is which is what the bane of today's education system is.
In fact, Dilipji, today, very interestingly, the point what you have mentioned, I was having some interaction with few of the youngsters today. So the same point I'm again trying to give it to them. What is happening in the education system is this, that we are only giving them knowledge in a form of information. That knowledge is also not complete. It is only in the form of an information. You are only rote kind of a thing. You are becoming another machine and then delivering those kind of things. You're completely missing the consciousness, completely missing yourself as a human being. This very same discussion I had with a few of the people today, and I think we are moving in this right direction with all the August participants, all the wise people here. I request each one of us to take active participation, to interact with the youngsters, tell them this is what is needed. That is the reason parenting, again I would confirm, parenting, touch the young base where they are getting newly married, having young kids. That is the point. They have a responsibility to implement such kind of a things there. This information must go to them very strong and very hard. So they have a requirement that they need to know and how their next generation want to be. That is the triggering point. That is the segment probably we got to focus upon. One of the things. Yeah, definitely. Yes. Very well identified, Dilip.
We are actually creating more robots.
Yes, you're right.
So
no doubts.
Machines. There is a mechanical way of thinking which is being introduced, slowly creeping into the mindset, because that is what we are training them to be, you know, and we want to make them as a machine which does which goes from point A to point B, or which does complete this efficiently, effectively. All those things are there, but the consciousness, doing it with a consciousness, that is not being taught. That is what is missing, and precisely that is what is the difference between the era during when Ramayana or Mahabharata happened and now, is that consciousness is not there. We are doing things mechanically, which is very dangerous. Okay, if I have been trained, okay, but if something, I come across something on which I have no precedent, then I am stumped. I cannot do anything. But if we are going to train people to think consciously, then, or work with awareness, or work with mindfulness, then they will come up with the right answer always. Always they will come with them. But here they get stumped, you know. People, why students are committing suicide? Because they don't see, they have been taught to think mechanically. And if they come across a situation for which they have not been taught, they don't have an answer, they don't have a solution. And if they think that the situation is very grave, they take the gravest step of ending their life. So, or this rape incident which happened, why this has happened? Because his mind is working more mechanically. He has been taught like that. His upbringing has been like that. But if I have been trained to think consciously, I would not do that, because consciousness does not allow me to hurt anybody. It does not allow me. I will never hurt somebody if I am thinking consciously. Why Hiroshima happened? The guy, the pilot who dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, he killed within 5 seconds, 100,000 people were burned alive, roasted. He did not use his consciousness. He did not use his intelligence. Yeah, he was a very knowledgeable person. He knew how to drive an aircraft. He knew exactly what damage it will do, but his consciousness he did not use. Why should I kill innocent civilians who have done no harm to me? Why didn't he refuse to obey the orders? Because he was programmed to think like that. So this is what is missing from today's world, you know, that consciousness, awareness, mindfulness, that is not being taught in the schools today. We are being teaching them to emulate things, to copy things, copy and paste, copy and paste. Even their mind is copied from somewhere and pasted there. So
Point noted, Dilip ji.
Noted,
Well
very
taken.
right, very right.
No doubts, and that is the reason why we need this kind of a introduction of these kind of things. But in the school system is what is already existing, moral values, moral class lessons which are existing. The teachers themselves, they do not know the depth of it, neither do they practice it. So at the end of the day, it has to be practice. So at the moment the people is not able to practice, but they give only the lip service, it doesn't work. The impact of morality doesn't show. So one has to know that it has to be put into practice. Only when he says that, that thing will happen. So it's at the end of the day, practice, practice, practice. It has to come at that unit level. No doubts about that. Point very well taken, sir. Today's discussion was very good. May I request Dr. Venkat Barla Garu, unless otherwise you all want to have a discussion further. We are at 8:30 because my responsibility is to keep a time, watch on the time. So it's 8:30 right now. Unless any other comments we can take, or may I request Dr. Venkat Barla Garu to give the closing comments. Thank you. Okay, so I think may I request Dr. Venkat Barla Garu to give the closing comments. Thanks.
Thank you, Niranjan Garu. It's been a wonderful experience today to listen to all the learned people. The special feature of today's session is that we discuss not only the divine scripture, Ramcharitamanas, but also we have had a lot of discussion about the management aspects relating to our day-to-day life. So that's the beauty of this particular session as compared to other sessions. Other sessions were more of devotional. This session is devotional as well as practical. So that way we are able to discuss a lot of day-to-day things and how we relate and improve our lives. Now, one question about our becoming robots and less of conscience and unable to relate it back to the from known to the unknown is because we have built a kind of an education system. We are not able to undo that. We are only moving in a particular direction. We call it moving forward. Let's move forward. The world has to go the way it is going. It will go. You cannot reverse the flow. The nature side, we are a part of the nature. Nature has got a cycle to repair itself. And the God is causing everything. Good is being caused by him. Bad is being caused by him. Everything, Jarachara Jagattulo, everything is being caused by the divine. So therefore, when this particular aberration in the annals of the Indian in the human history, this aberration which is happening will go to a level, will go to the worst level where it cannot worsen anymore, that it will bounce back. God also said, Dharma samsthapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He will cause the corrective action, and then it has to go to the last point. Today's youth, for example, if they are going berserk, out of control, let them go. I'm not permitting them to go that way, but they will go to a level where they cannot worse anymore. और ज्यादा नहीं बिगड़ सकते हैं. वैसे लेवल पहुंच गया है कि पूरे बिगड़ गया और भी बिगड़ गया, सत्यानाश हो गया, उसके बाद और कुछ होना जरूरी नहीं है. So then they will bounce back. Now, what is our role in this process? Our role is to facilitate. What we are doing is we are trying to understand the scriptures and bringing some guidelines, some these things, so that their transformation becomes easier for them. That's all. We cannot reverse the flow, but we can only facilitate the learned people, the Shankaracharya onwards. What has been happening is that these scriptures are being delivered in order to add some flavor, to facilitate, so that the process of bouncing back from the worst to the best will happen, and we become mediators of that process. That is what we are trying to do, and we will continue to doing it. And today's session has been so useful to me. I'm so fortunate, particularly personally, I'm so benefited. I feel quite enriched with today's session. Discussions particularly have been so great by all the learned people, and the questions by Dilip Saab have been very relevant. Sharma ji, Dwivedi Saab has been, of course, at his best today, and Gohil Saab. Everybody has been fantastic today, and Niranjan himself has come out so well on various things today. It's been so great. Now we have to think for the next week. Every week we are improving, and for the next week we also again have to come out with a beautiful topic by a beautiful person. So let us exchange our ideas, and probably Monday, Tuesday we will finalize what is the topic for the next session. We are also thinking of starting Mahabharat, management lessons from Mahabharat. We may begin that series also. And in the beginning, Mr. Niranjan Rao Garu has mentioned about having sessions on the other scriptures like Quran and Bible. I volunteer to take the session on Bible as well, because I'm a certified theologian. I would be able to take some sessions from Madras Christian College. I am a certified theologian, so I would be able to take some sessions on the Bible as well. I will not talk about Christianity, because Christianity did not exist when the Bible was happening. Christianity was a later development. Bible happened in the first half of the first century. So therefore, we will talk about that. It is not about a religion. It is about God's word to the mankind. I would be happy to talk about it. So let's finalize. And it's quite some time we haven't had a session from Dilip Garu also. And a lot of other experts are there. Let us think over and then make a list of these topics and connect them well to the youth. Everything must end up in facilitating the youth resurrection from worst to the best. That's all the message for the day. Thank you very much. We've had a wonderful day, wonderful experience. Thank you very much. God bless everybody. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Namaskar. Shubhratri.
Thank you, Andy. Shubhratri. I thank Shri Dwivedi ji for this wonderful session. Thank you, Dwivedi ji. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you. Good night.